You know, and the joke in the twin community is after you've had
that guy back to start.
Maybe.
And you could get a star.
No, well.
Now we're gonna finish this.
We are gonna finish it. I need some optimism, child.
1, 2, 3.
I'm kicked out of silver pair.
I wish I ate one there. And now I have some more.
Salvadorina babysitter who sat with them 2 days a week when they were really little and I was only working 2 days a week.
Oh, how quickly things change.
That's just it about that game. Is you think it's going, yeah.
What's unique for them is that they have always had someone with them. Like, they have never been an only child, either one of them, nor have they, and they've spent so much of their lives really, you know, in such close proximity to each other.
Yeah, those little raccoons with the blue tails are in 2 places, not 1 place. Don't make it very easy, do they?
Not quite as
And
good
arranged for
as
meals for us. They were born October 23rd.
Every stage is different. So having 2 kids who were 16 months old, we sort of refer to as the sweet spot. Like, they could sit up on their own, you'd put them down, they would stay in one place. You know, they would crawl, but they wouldn't get very far. And then they start walking and running, and they go 2 different directions because that's what twins do. And so the gated playground became very popular.
Somebody's in labor. The 2 different things you see here are the baby's heart rate in blue and then the mom's contraction pattern in green. Moment to moment, this sawtoothy appearance of the baby's heart rate, almost like, imagine like a phone. When you're older and you're trying to get pregnant, you're more likely to actually ovulate differently. You're more likely to release 2 eggs at once, and if 2 eggs are fertilized, you're going to have a twin pregnancy. And the older you are when you're trying to get pregnant, the more likely that is to happen. But also when you're older, you might have a harder time getting pregnant. It might take longer, or there may be more challenges or more miscarriages. And patients make more use of assisted reproductive technologies.
Hi, Bug. Hi, Bug. Oh, we got 2 little fussies over here. They're hungry kids. Right.
It was like every 2 tries with the gonadotropin or something like 50%.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, with like the Clomid, your body could produce a whole bunch of eggs. And
Yeah, with IVF it's more
it's a intense process, and
Yeah.
most women do not need to get
And I was very surprised still, even though we knew the incidence was more probable, and really, really excited, and a little bit, maybe a little overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, what is this gonna be like? But yeah, no, I think really excited and grateful, because at that point we were just so grateful to be pregnant, and so, yeah.
fertilize them. And
It's more common to have more.
It is. It's more common to have like a dozen or so. To get 5 eggs, 3 fertilized, 2 made it to implantation day, and then both all of them.
It's really been fun. I think it's a lot of work, and it's definitely, I think with twins, trying to get them on the same schedule is hard, especially because they're newborns and you kind of have to go with their schedule. But it's been really fun, and I think it's really interesting developmentally, kind of having 2 people at the same time to compare how they're growing and how they're developing, and so.
Twin pregnancies are certainly more risky, even for younger women. Women who give birth to twins are much more likely to develop diabetes in pregnancy, high blood pressure in pregnancy, a condition related to blood pressure at the end of pregnancy called preeclampsia. They're more likely to have bleeding when they give birth, and of course they're more likely to need a cesarean delivery rather than a vaginal birth. So those are all risks that we face with women with multiple pregnancies. They're of course more likely to have preterm labor as well.
We have to economize our time.
think the trend with twins will continue. The good news is that with women having assisted reproduction, the trend toward more than twins has reversed, which is very important because the risks of triplets and beyond are significant both to mother and baby. So twins we're very used to dealing with now, and we watch them closely. We understand the risk factors. We watch for preterm labor. We watch blood pressure and blood sugars. And so at the end of the day, I think the obstetrics community around the country is feeling very comfortable with twins, and we've had great successes, few very early births, and a lot of good outcomes even in women who are over the age of 40.
But I think Megan also did a good job of kind of educating her friends through her blog of saying, this is kind of what's appropriate to say, this is what's not appropriate